I heard somebody's birthday on this Title Tuesday, so happy birthday. As both AEW and WWE will go head-to-head with Dynamite and NXT this evening, so thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions live here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke 96. It is Tuesday, October the 10th, 2023, and for the first time in quite a while, we'll have a head-to-head battle, some competition, if you will. The so-called war that began a few years back in pro wrestling with All Elite Wrestling and the World Wrestling Federation turned entertainment company that was recently sold a little over a month ago. We're back, whether it's Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, let alone any other night of the week for that matter. Head-to-head live at the same time on TBS and USA Network, respectively. Both will be beginning here at the top of the hour, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, with a 30-minute commercial-free start until they run until about 10 after 10 on this, as mentioned, 10th day of the 10th month of the year. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share. Hashtag AEW. Hashtag WWE. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag WWE NXT as well. Chat questions and comments. Super chat, super stickers, super likes, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. As this video is brought to you by, powered by Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Dead and Hungry. So first off with Rogue Energy, be sure to get your favorite energy and hydration flavors in can or tub form, shakers and Rogue Energy merch at the link in the description below. Be sure to use the code LUKE123, that's LUKE123 for 10% off. HopeKThrifts, a secondhand resale shop that focuses on sustaining the environment in a cheap and fashionable way, as most items are $20 or less and include brands like American Eagle, Converse, Free People, and Shine, among others. HopeKThrifts found on Depop, Instagram, Macari, and Poshmark at, you guessed it, HopeKThrifts. That's HopeKThrifts. So be sure to use the message seller code CHEAPTHRIFTS, CHEAPTHRIFTS, for 10% off as well. Link also in the description below. And now Dead and Hungry has been brought onto the YouTube channel. As Dead and Hungry is a newly released book, fresh off the press as of yesterday. So be sure to go check it out. Dead and Hungry is a novel written by Nathan D. Mitchell. As mentioned, released yesterday. It is $4.99 on Amazon, has 5-star reviews, and is a viral disaster as that sweeps across America while Hank Broadman and his family are at a amusement park, the Hightower Amusement Park to be exact. As society crumbles, Hank must guide his 9-year-old daughter Sarah through a treacherous, scathing new world as they are victims of the virus, and other victims of the virus are bleeding from their eyes, becoming faster and more violent with long nails and teeth. Their skin breaks out in hives while they utter strange phrases, and of course, shadow of who they once were, because if something happens, you're not yourself afterwards, regardless of the situation. Yeah, Dead and Hungry on Amazon, $4.99. And before Hank uncovered the virus's origin, as being a former virologist, Hank uncovers the virus's origin and how it came to be. But it's not just for the people. Plants and animals alike fall victim to this dreadful disease. The trees turn black, bleeding sap, and while their snake-like roots wrap around all remaining life, the grass turns dry and red, and animals of all kinds become rabid beasts. Hank must fight at all costs to protect his daughter, Sarah, once more, who is 9, whose innocence degrades with each turn of a page, as with no hope in sight, Hank turns and takes matters into his own hands, piecing together clues regarding the sources of the lethal virus. From mysterious radio messages to evidence at the Pentagon to rumors of a cure, Hank slowly realizes what he must do to bring this to an end. The more he learns of this wretched sickness, the faster he sheds his own humanity, desperate to save himself and his little girl from a world in ruin. So, if that doesn't interest you, you might as well be what the title says, Dead and Hungry, as it's only $4.99 on Amazon. Fresh off the press, as mentioned, so be sure to go check it out. Link also, along with Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts, link to order in the description below, so be sure to go check that out. As Dead and Hungry is written by Nathan D. Mitchell once more. About a 600-page book. Does seem interesting. Cover did an excellent job. And as mentioned, with that being said, if that doesn't interest you, you might as well be what the title says once more. But I'll digress. Shout out to Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and Nathan D. Mitchell for Dead and Hungry. But thanks once more for tuning in and watching my AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT live watchable interactions live right here on YouTube. We're about to start the shows here in a few minutes, as we'll be watching both live on TBS and the USA Network with Dynamite and NXT. We're also going to be watching some baseball, basketball, hockey, and yes, football this Tuesday night, as well as it's that time of year with everything on in the world of sports. That's why fall from September to October and November and the holidays is the best time of the season. Yeah, I heard somebody's birthday today. I wonder who that could be. We'll have to find out if they say anything on either show this evening. Because on either side, is this business? Is this desperation? Is this pettiness? You know, I mean, really, who gives a shit? Who cares? Let's just watch it, enjoy it, and see what the hell happens. As this happens about once a year anymore, you know, after the initial, you know, so-called war began back in 2019 with AEW and WWE. Of course, you know, throughout time, there's always been competition with pro wrestling, let alone in just real life in general. And, you know, you could even add in jealousy with, you know, that business desperation and pettiness that I just mentioned off. But, yeah, AEW, for the most part, sort of won that so-called war. They've stayed on Wednesdays. They've had to move because of some other, you know, programming conflicts throughout their, you know, schedule every once in a while. Whereas NXT moved from Wednesday to Tuesday, but even before they were on Wednesday, they were on Thursday. So this is what it is. As mentioned, just let's have fun and watch and see what happens. But we're really only here tonight with Dynamite and NXT head-to-head because of a scheduling conflict, and that is because of the baseball playoffs. And it's normally about once a year anymore, like I just mentioned, and it's normally, you know, sometime in October because of the baseball playoffs. But we'll see what happens. But like I said, yeah, let's just have some fun, watch, and go from there. And then, of course, tomorrow, all anybody's going to be talking about is the ratings. Like, honestly, who cares about those other than the networks? Like, it's fucking pointless. I mean, you should be worried about this or that more so than the fucking ratings. AEW's in Kansas City, I might add. Home of the defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City Chiefs. They're probably wishing, you know, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift would show up and be in attendance tonight, but I don't think that's going to happen. Of course, NXT in Orlando at the PC, the Capitol Wrestling Center. As mentioned, we're going to be watching both live here in a few minutes. AEW here, NXT in front of me. And volume's up on both, so we're not going to miss a thing. As mentioned, both will have the first 30 minutes commercial free, run until about 10:10. AEW, they will have the Rated R Superstar Edge, of course, now going by his real name, Adam Copeland, after he made his debut at Wrestle Dream a week and a half ago. He'll wrestle for the first time in AEW this evening, taking on Luchasaurus, a former NXT Women's Champion, and the current AEW Women's Champion, Saraya. She'll defend her title against Shida this evening as well. We'll have a rematch from Grand Slam a few weeks back with Rey Fenix and Jon Moxley for the International Championship. We'll have the Hangman take on the Switchblade, Hangman Adam Page and Switchblade Jay White, one-on-one. We'll have a number one contenders match for the TNT title. That's Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland. And then Chris Jericho's feud with the Don Callis family continues as he'll take on Powerhouse Hobbs this evening. And then on NXT, they are promoting an NXT Raw down, if you will, bringing main roster superstars down to their developmental brand. You know, as mentioned, once again, is it business, is it desperation, is it pettiness, maybe all three. Even some, you know, jealousy involved in that too. The more I think about it, but you know, NXT, you know, as I know it to be, I really haven't watched it since they changed it. But it's, you know, the up and comers. It's, you know, some established stars on the indie scene, but they've completely done a 360 from that, gone in the direction they've been going in now. But now they're bringing down legends and Hall of Famers, for God's sakes, you know, top guys to NXT this evening to battle AEW for a, you know, one-time, one-week thing here, just because they're in their time slot. Like, we'll see who tells who's boss for that matter. But NXT, they're going to have Cody Rhodes kick off the show, so they say, with a huge special announcement. We'll see what that is. Of course, him and main event Jey Uso, Yeet, won the tag team titles at Fastlane this past weekend. I wouldn't be surprised, of course, with Cody Rhodes' family history and Dusty being his dad, and Dusty being a, you know, legend in his own right, but a main focal point in starting NXT from when it was FCW. And then they have the Dusty Cup, the tag team title tournament, that maybe that's the special announcement that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are going to be in the Dusty Cup this year. And then, you know, you'd have to think they'd win it, but we'll see. That's my guess on what his special announcement's going to be. I don't know, though. We'll see here in a few minutes. And then they're also going to have John Cena and Paul Heyman on the show. Heyman going to be in Braun Breaker's corner. for his match against Carmelo Hayes. Cena will be in Hayes' corner. Of course, 2 former NXT champions squaring off, along with Asuka and Roxanne Perez one-on-one in the women's division. Tyler Bate and the Brawling Brutes against Gallus in a pub rolls match. So, of course, yeah, line them up. Let's knock them back. Someone's probably going to get hit with a beer bottle or two. And then we'll see if the dead man will rise this evening. So I'll leave it at that. And it's Title Tuesday. There's Christian Cage in the production truck with his TNT Championship on his shoulder. Of course, Edge, Adam Copeland taking on Luchasaurus. We're going to start off with Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland. Winner, two-face. Christian at Collision this Saturday as NXT's beginning as well. So 1 second as we just wrapped up Big Bang Theory and Law & Order. A little birdie told him. Of course, Bryan Danielson's daughter's name is Birdie. NXT's live. And wrestling has more than one royal family. Here comes the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Before that match, Christian, gonna elaborate on telling Edge to go fuck himself last week. A little bit more here before this Bryan Danielson match begins to kick off the show, it looks like, against Swerve. Cody Rhodes in a suit and tie, walking down. One of you assholes start this show. 3, 2, 1, go. Hit the intro, so we're going to light the fuse and break the boom. It's time for AEW Dynamite. We've got some adrenaline in our soul as well for WWE NXT. There's Pyro, and it's Tuesday night. You know what that means. We'll have Excalibur, Taz, and Shivani on commentary. We'll have what's his name and Booker T on commentary for NXT. It's been a while since I watched NXT. Bryan Danielson kicking off the show on Dynamite, though, in the meantime. So here we are. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. Hashtag WWE NXT. Going back a few years, head to head. But thanks for tuning in and watching. So the American Dragon and the American Nightmare kicking off the shows. But and yes. Bryan's 13-1 his last 14 singles matches, which takes us late last year. But Cody's on the mic. We'll see what his huge special announcement is going to be. He came out with no tag team titles, just by himself. Does main event Jey Uso come out? Cody chant from the crowd. Do we get Cody in action on NXT tonight? You know, I don't know. We'll see. Yeet chanting out from the crowd. Yeet, 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 yeet. Let's pop a top. So, NXT, as he says, yeet. What do you guys want to talk about? It's Swerve's house. And Prince Nana gonna dance around. You know, what do you want to talk about? What's he got? More yeet chants. Talk about Jey Uso. Cody says he'd be lying if, you know, ever told him that he'd be standing in the NXT ring. Now that he is, though, something feels right. Of course, yeah, Dusty was... yeah, it is the roads in Florida. Dusty was one of the main pillars, if you will, for NXT. He has an announcement. What's it going to be? Announcements. Plural, more than one. This match about to begin with Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland on Dynamite in the meantime. Got a breakout tournament. And they'll continue on to the breakout tournaments, both men's and women's. Yeah, tag team tournament. There you go. The Dusty Cup. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. And a Dusty chant now breaks out. As Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland lock up, AEW promoting what they got coming tonight. And the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic is also coming back. Is he going to be in it, though? One more. Oh, shit. 3 announcements from Cody. Perhaps the biggest night in NXT history. I'd beg to differ. HBK made it so. And Cody Rhodes is a special guest GM for the evening. All right, so he's calling the shots. And now the NXT champion, Ilja Dragunov, is coming out to Cody. All right, remember, we're commercial free for the first half hour of both of these, so we ain't going anywhere. They'll probably give us a half hour match with Bryan and Swerve. We're damn near close to it anyway. This promo will probably go on. Happy birthday chant from the crowd. Cody Rhodes, as it's Tony Khan's birthday. Ilja is welcoming Cody to NXT. He says thanks. They gonna have Cody finish the story and challenge and win the NXT championship now? There's excitement in the air. Yeah, a little bit. I think Aubrey Edwards just counted 3, like twice, and this match continues. What's he gonna do? And he gets interrupted. For fuck's sake. Out comes Dominic Mysterio. Oh, God. Dom's getting booed out of the building. Rhea Ripley by his side, so... Mommy and Dom. Dom and his mommy. As he got to skip NXT. She's a former NXT Women's Champion. So they add more main roster talent to NXT this evening. We can get a tag team match with these guys later. Dom getting a "You Suck" chant thrown his way. course, Dom is the NXT North American champion, I might add. But he is a part of the Judgment Day, and he's up on the main roster. Nobody wants to listen to Dom. And Juggernaut's dad used to work in a prison, he said, and of course, prison Dom, puppy dog eyes. Just a little bit. Yeah. Dom's challenging for the NXT Championship now. Alright, so that'll probably be our main event. Of course, Cody's the assistant GM. He's going to make the match official. And Dom's not willing to, put that title on the line either, so maybe we'll have a title versus title. Maria saying Dom's been carrying the WWE all year. I don't know about that. He's been getting booed out of the building. His day of celebration, he says. Yeah. Make it official. It'll be Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio for the NXT Championship later on tonight. Got a problem, though. Everybody's going to be banned from ringside. Oh, special guest ref. It's going to be Jey Uso. Watch Jey come out. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me talk to you. They're going to have LA Knight be the special guest ref for the NXT Championship match later on tonight with Dragunov and Dominic Mysterio. All right. So a lot to unwind there. And you go outside of the NXT parking lot where we know nothing good happens. There's a car pulling up. A blue Honda. And there's John Cena. He's like, where the hell am I? So John Cena is at NXT. Booker's just fucking laughing his ass off on commentary. All right, so once again, still commercial free here, first half hour. This Bryan Danielson Swerve Strickland match continues. And now we'll have Asuka and Roxanne Perez one-on-one on the Yellow Brand turned a Color Rush kid show. And they're trying to get it back on track, but I don't know if it's working. They have an NXT viewing room backstage with seemingly the rest of the roster. Everybody watching what else is going on. I'm sure they're watching AEW as well as They got caught, I believe, once before, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe that was AEW watching NXT. Maybe both. Got a "This is awesome" chant. As here comes Asuka. So right off the bat, we've seen, a few former NXT Women's Champions. We've seen, Cody Rhodes make breakout announcements for the men's and women's division. The Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classics coming back. He's also the special guest referee this evening, or general manager, excuse me. But then he announced in the NXT Championship match, still to come tonight, that LA Knight will be the special guest ref in that match with Dragunov and Dom Mysterio. So next it'll be Asuka and Roxanne Perez one-on-one. Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland continues. Number one contenders match for the TNT title. Winner to face Christian Cage Saturday on Collision. As they're just coming off of Wrestle Dream, moving towards Full Gear. So, of course, they're on Tuesday night up head-to-head with NXT. Here comes Shotzi Blackheart in the meantime, driving her tank to the ring. So, yeah, they're just left and right bringing people out, whether they're on NXT or not. They're just fucking, trying to draw attention to themselves. Which, I mean, you can't blame them, but it's just, she's going to be on commentary for this match, looks like. It's just, it's petty, is all it is. In my opinion. Everybody has their opinion. Let me know in the comments below, but it's also business at the same point in time. I guess this was said earlier. Is it business? Is it desperation? Is it pettiness? Even jealousy now? All wrapped up into one? Yeah. Just to what extent? It depends on who you ask. But just is what it is at the end of the day. So, yeah, I guess we'll sit back and relax and see what the hell else is going to go on, because everything I've mentioned is what, both shows have planned. Of course, they've already added in some stuff. AEW Dynamite started off this evening sort of how Collision starts off, with, superstars talking, back and forth to each other before they hit the intro. Really, it was just Christian Cage and the production truck, and then, they ran the intro and then you get the show on the road. But you have 30 minutes of commercial-free TV to fill. You got a lot of time to kill, and then, wrestling on top of it. And we'll see what else both shows add in. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of backstage stuff. Some promos, some video package. Once we do hit a commercial break, though, for both, it's probably going to be an extended commercial break. Or, they'll start just banging them out left and right. Like, we get one commercial break, come back for a couple minutes, go back to another commercial break. Because they'll try to make up for that first half hour they missed. But, they, with NBC, Universal, and Warner Brothers Discovery, they wouldn't have, made it commercial free for no reason. It's like you gotta, not necessarily copy, it's copycat league. You want to stay true to yourself in the meantime, but like, you also want to keep the eyeballs on your product as long as you possibly can. If not, the whole entire show. And we're watching, both shows live at the same time. So, thanks for tuning in once more and watching. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. It's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and live right here on YouTube. Notification bell next to as well to stay up to date. Thumbs up button if you're enjoying AEW and NXT this evening. And share hashtag AEW, hashtag WWE, hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag WWE NXT once more. And chat questions and comments, super chat, super sticker, super like, super thanks. Always greatly appreciated. Be sure to also go check out Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and the novel Dead and Hungry. Links also in the description below for 10% off for Rogue Energy and HopeKThrifts, and the link to purchase the new novel by Nathan D. Mitchell once more, Dead and Hungry on Amazon for the low price of only $4.99. On your Kindle, I believe it's about $15, $16, if I'm not mistaken, via paperback. You'd have to click that link to go find out. So go check all that out once more, and thanks for tuning in and watching this AEW NXT. Will continue, and we'll roll on with still this number one contender match, the TNT title. Bryan Danielson, Swerve Strickland, Prince Nana ringside dancing around, and then Asuka and Roxanne Perez on NXT with Shotzi Blackheart on commentary. So leave it at that, and we'll go from there. See if that'll happen. So yeah, AEW and NXT head-to-head, back live on the same time for the first time in quite a while, and probably going to be the last time for quite a while. Like I said, it happens about once a year. There's Hangman Adam Page causing a distraction on Swerve Strickland, but Bryan Danielson couldn't execute his maneuver before a quick roll-up. 1, 2, kick out. Of course, Hangman in singles action later against the Switchblade Jay White of Bullet Club Gold, who is, as Bryan Danielson in the meantime does defeat Swerve Strickland. He'll take on Christian Cage for the TNT title. As they're doing Edge and Christian again, but if Bryan's going to challenge Christian, they could have Bryan, win that title, and then we get a Bryan Danielson Edge match just for the TNT title, for God's sakes. Like that would sell. As they promote the graphic there for the Collision this Saturday night now for the TNT Championship, Christian Cage defends against Bryan Danielson. Jay White's going to be challenging MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship full gear. They announced it a little early, I thought. We still got a little over a month and a half to go before that show. And, of course, you have with Adam Cole injured and then the Devil attacking Jay White and Bullet Club Gold backstage, and MJF saying it wasn't him, but they don't believe him, and everything else. We'll see where that feud goes, but Bryan Danielson defeats Swerve Strickland on NXT via distraction from Hangman Adam Page and now Samoa Joe video package. Of course, he is the Ring of Honor World Television Champ. Most recently challenged CM Punk for the Real World's title. Of course, lost. Punk was then fired about a week later. We'll see what his future holds. But then CM Punk also challenged MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship, also in defeat, but he's still once more the Ring of Honor World Television Champ. So he's still holding gold. He's still, the Samoan submission machine, and maybe we're getting a little main event mafia vibe with Samoa Joe in the suit. And he's going to start his ascension towards greatness. All right, and now here comes the demo god, Chris Jericho, because that's what the rating is all about, the demo. You could have this, many 100,000, 1 million plus, and so on and so forth viewers, but it's the demographic, in the region from, this age to this age. So a lot of people are going to be talking about the ratings tomorrow, but once more, who gives a shit? Who cares? Just fucking let's just watch the show and, see what the hell happens, and in the meantime, have fun watching. But he's going to take on Powerhouse Hobbs here. He is continuing his feud with Don Callis family. As Asuka 1, 2, 3 with some mist and a kick defeats Roxanne Perez on NXT as well. So, what the hell is that? Because Shotzi Blackheart's beating her up. She howls to the moon. Friday the 13th is Friday. Got a full moon at the end of the month. But, and we got a Judas in our mind. And now outside once more of the Performance Center, Black Suburban is pulling up. Who's getting out of this? And it is Paul Heyman. All right. He's really going white. Is somebody going to tell me what the hell is going on, for God's sakes? Like, as the champ is here, John Cena going to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner. Paul Heyman going to be in Braun Breaker's corner. And that is still to come tonight on NXT. Once more, we still got commercial free for the first half hour, which is really the next 5 minutes. There's the graphic for the NXT Championship match. Still to come tonight as well. Dragunov against Dirty Dom Mysterio. With your special guest referee, Eli Drake, Los Angeles Knight. As there's Gallus now backstage. They're getting ready for Bate and the Brawling Brutes. Rich Holland's probably going to break all through their goddamn fucking necks. And a pub rolls match. So, we'll see what happens here. But now it's Chris Jericho and Powerhouse Hobbs one-on-one on Dynamite. So this match has begun and will continue until we have a winner. They're in Kansas City, NXT in Orlando as they have been. They did start recently getting back out on the road for their pay-per-views, their NXT takeovers that, have also changed names. Yeah. They got a pub rolls match. There's a dartboard. There's about a couple six-packs, couple, as it's a six-man tag team match, couple glasses of some, well, here comes Gallus from behind during the entrance to attack him. Okay, they got peanuts and pretzels in the one corner. Yeah, got a couple glasses. There's a garbage can. And they got like a pub set up ringside. Of course, this would be like, overseas. A couple more trash cans. So, neither Dynamite or NXT are wasting any time. Pull cue. And right to the face. All right. And now we're going to play darts. Right to his hand. Yeah, it went in his tape he had his hand wrapped in. Trying to get the that's Rich Holland will get its work. All right. The fire extinguisher wasn't working at first, and then of course he just wasn't using it right. But now head first in the trash can. There's a bowling ball, and we go bowling in pubs. But then a splash on a crossbody. I mean, you better be careful. He's going to break somebody's neck again. There's a kick. Don Callis ringside for Jericho Hobbs. There's a shove into the steel steps. And then somebody just got through. I think that was Ridge, if I'm mistaken. Thrown over the barricade front row. Bait with a clothesline. Pete Dunne going to go through this table. Yep. And the peanuts and pretzels and alcohol go everywhere. And they take a commercial break. NXT does at 8:29. That was not a first 30-minute commercial-free episode. They shorted it by a minute. They lied. They go to break early. They go to break first compared to AEW NXT at a commercial break, as AEW is still live. We'll see how much longer their commercial-free start lasts. It's all supposed to be 30 minutes. NXT normally runs till 10:10, but AEW is getting an overrun tonight. So just back and forth with the pettiness, you know. Twitter was an interesting place to be last night for pro wrestling, I might add as well, from about 10 to 2 a.m. But, yeah, just go check out TK's Twitter on that if they're still up. There's Floyd the baseball bat in Jericho's corner as Don Callis is trying to reach it and grab for it, but and use it to Hobbs' advantage, but nothing yet. And Aubrey Edwards officiating this matchup as well. Back to back. You very rarely see that with the referee, and normally they'll switch it up, but she reffed the first match, she's reffing this match, and we move on. So there's Spinebuster. Hobbs is trying to choke out Jericho, and he was being held back by the ref. Hey, quit it. Saw it. Count of 4. Actually, now they're saying Ray Phoenix and Orange Cassidy for the international title, not John Moxley. We'll also hear from Toni Storm. Her vignettes, her video packages have been pretty interesting lately, so they added that in. AEW, of course, and arguably, the biggest Dynamite ever as well. Adam Copeland and Luchasaurus. Probably going to be the main event if I'd have to guess. We'll see. As right now, I really don't think, there's been one or the other that's really stood out, among the rest. I mean, yeah, Cody Rhodes with the announcements and then made a match official, but, that's nothing nobody could have done themselves. As they actually come back from break, they go to a split screen commercial, though. As this 6-man tag team match continues, it's pub rolls, anything goes, no DQ. And Pete Dunne, Butch working those hands. Yeah, they loaded up the card for sure to, potentially to rating war, if you will, get ahead. There's also other shit on tonight, though, too. It's just like these two wrestling shows are the only things on TV. There's other stuff on TV, for one. That'll be another thing nobody's talking about right now, but will be tomorrow. Bell rings as Hobbs beats Jericho. All right, no reaction as always for Hobbs. Don't know if you're seeing him. He looks just fucking miserable all the damn time. As this 6-man continues, they were all going at it during another fight ringside. But, like you have your, local, programming with your local channels, with, PBS, NBC, Fox, and CBS, along with ABC having shows on tonight. There's other sports on as well. It's just not like a random, ordinary, Tuesday or Wednesday, let alone Thursday, and, these are the only two things on that everybody's going to be watching. No. I guess people always just got to have something to fucking complain about, though. They're, a very little subtle win. Hey, win's the one thing day, I get it, but, they'll fucking, take it to the bank and celebrate it till fucking, we get to Timbuktu and Kingdom Come. But Hobbs beats Jericho. As him and Callis celebrate, now they'll exit the ring. And they'll probably go to commercial break, I would think, next. We'll see. Got a holy shit chant from NXT. And they're chanting the shit. You can hear the holy bleep, holy bleep. But, pubs rolls. continues. Catches him in midair, suplex. And now we go to Roderick Strong's humble abode earlier today. He's in a wheelchair with neck brace on. And, of course, Adam Cole, Bebe, on his scooter because of his broken ankle. As we're neck strong. As these have been hilarious. Please, 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 Adam Cole's out there mowing the yard on a fucking scooter. Hey, Adam, you missed the spot as they're Strong in the wheelchair getting pushed from his compadres in the kingdom. He says done. I got some in the house for you. He's wearing a Neck Strong t-shirt. And then there's a giraffe. Oh my. The giraffe is the most neck strong animal in the universe. Oh God. No cell service out here. I want to watch Dynamite to see what Mac's up to. Rather than watch NXT. As he's all elite, baby. And Roderick Strong telling Adam Cole that MJF's the absolute devil. Long overdue, I'll keep you posted. One more thing. What's Adam Cole doing now? Well, they fade to black, so we'll have to wait. Oh, God. He's out there mowing the yard in a fucking scooter with his one leg pushing and one leg in the air. Up next, international title, Rey Fenix and Orange Cassidy. Thought it was supposed to be Jon Moxley, but obviously he was injured, suffered a concussion at Grand Slam against Phoenix in the International Championship match. But yeah, from what I knew, it was supposed to be Jon Moxley, not Orange Cassidy. But, you know, we move on. I digress. So they're going to stick with it. They might go to break once this match starts. Hell, if, you know, it ain't going to be an hour commercial-free, well, on a full show commercial-free, that'd be something. As here comes freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy with his backpack. You know, put something Cole here. You know, insert graphic here. You know, on his Titantron. As he comes out to Jane. Surprisingly, he didn't kick off the show as he always did when he was champion, but he's technically the longest reigning international champion in AEW history. Yeah, won it around this time a year ago, held it until, you know, recently, a couple months. Mox beat him, and then Mox lost to Rey Fenix at Grand Slam, injured in the process. Like I said, I thought it was supposed to be Zerto Miedo against Moxley, not Orange Cassidy, but obviously wrong. As here comes Rey Fenix. No Penta, as there's Alex. We are Penn State, Aubrey Hatas, as Baton, the Brawling Brutes beat Gallus in the Pub Rules match. Becky Lynch now video package. The man has come around. Go back to her becoming the man. And now she's got a new book coming out, March of 2024. All right, you can pre-order it now. And Halloween Havoc will be in 2 weeks. And now we got an aerial shot of, looks like an overseas country. Becky Lynch is going to defend her NXT Women's Championship at Halloween Havoc. Against whoever the hell this is. So once again, I don't watch NXT anymore, so fill me in. And it looks like from pub rolls, we're going to be staying in the pub, and it's going to be Irish woman against Irish woman. For gold, as this Phoenix Orange Cassidy international title match has begun. And AEW is still commercial free. They have yet to go to break. I completely fucking missed on the kick. Oh my god. So they're running a video package here for Becky Lynch's next title defense. And now we got an interview backstage. Once more, I have no clue who the hell these people are. So
must be nice to live in Sweden now. I've worked my entire career for this opportunity at Halloween Havoc. You couldn't get the job done last night.
Gotta win the title.
Halloween Havoc is the biggest night of my career. And I'm not going to let you get in the way.
She's not gonna let anybody get in the way, so they're teasing a feud there, if there isn't already one. John Cena's walking around backstage. And seemingly that'll be up next. He's going to come out and cut a promo before we get the Braun Breaker Carmella Hayes match with Cena in Hayes' corner and Paul Heyman and Breaker Rex Steiner's corner. As we got a highlight from Fastlane this past weekend. It was an all-right show. The two main event matches were the best. As Cena and LA Knight won the tag team match against the Bloodline. Roman Reigns returning on SmackDown this Friday night. Plus, I guess we're going to get an announcement from Triple H as well. It's the season premiere of SmackDown. And then the season premiere of Raw will be next week then. Of course, WWE will be moving towards Crown Jewel. As also at Fastlane, Seth Rollins beat Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura hit a GTS last night on Raw. Rollins has a new challenger, Drew McIntyre, for the World Championship. So that's where we sit there. NXT at a commercial break. AEW still rolling. They have yet to go to break. Orange Cassidy with the DDT off the top rope, trying to win back his international championship. There's another one. Cover on Rey Fenix. 1, 2, kick out. Match continues. So just once more, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to social media. Links in the description below. Orange punch? No, got a super kick instead. Cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Yeah, they might be putting the title back on Orange Cassidy here. There's an orange punch. And then a half-ass roll-up, 1, 2, 3, because his back gave out. And Orange Cassidy has re-won his international championship on Dynamite this evening. So Rey Fenix's, title reign was only a few short weeks. I don't even know if he was supposed to, win the title at Grand Slam, just because Moxley was hurt, suffering concussion, and then now Rey Fenix is hurt. So they just put the title back on Orange Cassidy, where they were, as he gets some celebration. As they pop the confetti for Freshly Squeezed. There's a dude front row wearing a birthday hat. As best friends coming out to celebrate with Orange Cassidy. He's once again international champion. And then there's Hook with his backpack and the FTW title. All right. And now we got a close-up of timeless Tony Storm. Closer the better. And there's RJ City giving an interview to Tony Storm. She was smacking and eating some backside last week. Lovers in the mist, Tony Storm says. Of course, she's with Rock Hard Juice Robinson. And they give the first act in a split-screen commercial. Oh my God. As they go to break, but we're not even going to get to see it, let alone hear it. They take us to split-screen commercial during this fucking video package for Tony Storm. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. She actually, in the meantime, just runs off. And now runs back in. I don't know if she knows what the hell's going on or not. But now we're going to never give up because we can't see John Cena. Where's he at? I can't see him, but I guess he's in NXT. And he says this is special. And Stu. Yeah, they're singing the song. When does that happen? And John Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. His run down the ramp ain't as long, so they couldn't even fucking get the entrance right. With announcing, John Cena. And he's just like fucking staring around like, what the fuck do I do? He's waiting to hit the, 3 fingers. And he'll do it in slow-mo. And now we're going to be down for the 3-second count on Mundo. He didn't forget. Give me a mic. And his time is now because we can't see him. And he's singing, everybody sing along. He says thanks. Cena chant. NXT is the future. Can't see that we're making history tonight. Cody Rhodes is the general manager. Turn this place into a pub. Everybody's singing along. All right. NXT every Tuesday, as it took AEW about 45 minutes to go to break. NXT chant from the crowd. As here comes Wardlow coming back from break. He's going to beat up some jobber in the ring. Cena saying thanks, and it's, you know, an honor to be there. He's not alone, though. He's going to introduce Carmelo Hayes, and we're going to get the match underway with him and Braun Breaker, and out will come Paul Heyman in his corner. Thank you, Cena chant. Bell rings, match underway. Wardlow against whoever the hell he's beating up into the corner. Cena says thank you. Now they're saying NXT is a place to visit. I mean, give me a break. Now we got a referee stoppage. Wardlow wins in about a minute. And he walks off. And he says we are all NXT. Can't say yes fast enough. More like I only had to say yes because I'm back with the company because Hollywood's on strike right now. And as he even mentioned, hey, once the strike ends, I'm going back. Renee with an interview backstage. Got 2.0 and Garcia. I got that dog in me. Here comes Rex Steiner, Braun Breaker. As Jericho is getting checked out. Here comes Hangman Adam Page. We'll have Hangman and Switchblade coming up next. He hates cheating, but he would probably cheat. Got a dog pound karaoke bar down NXT. Braun Breaker sucks. Singing along to Cena's song. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Do some math. Maybe call out somebody at a convention. A little fact from Braun Breaker is here comes Switchblade Jay White, a Bullet Club Gold. Is Hangman going to be facing the cardboard cutout or the actual Jay White? They came here to see Braun Breaker, not John Cena. Oh my God. Bullet Club Gold. Too sweet. Of course, he's still wearing MJF's AEW World Heavyweight Championship. As the Ass Boys and Rock Hard Juice Robinson come out with some trikes and the cardboard cutout, I might add, of Jay White. As they'll pedal to the ring. Weakness is his attitude. Lack of respect. Cena gonna fight? Teachable moment, he says. I'm excited for your match. And he says, good luck. Cena extends his hand. And then Braun Breaker attacks John Cena, hitting him with the right hand. And now he's going to spear him. Get your ass up. Nope, moves out of the way. And Cena now. Nope, on the AA because he gets out of it. And Braun backs off. Of course, we still have that match still to come, along with the NXT Championship match. All right, that's actually going to be up next. Shit. All right, so they go to break. AEW went to one break, came back, Wardlow beat up a jobber, and then we get Hangman and Switchblade one-on-one with Hazmat Suit Bryce Remsburg, as the Bryce Jordan Center is now, from this moment forward, the Bryce Remsburg Center, if you did not know. But he's refereeing this matchup, and we'll see who comes out on top. But now they're actually going to go to a picture-in-picture break as well, so both at commercial breaks for the first time tonight, side by side together. So we'll get back to the action with both of them momentarily, but once more, thanks for tuning in and watching. So leave it at that. We'll go from there. MJF might come out, continue the feud with Jay White, as they'll have a match at Full Gear a little over a month from now, like I said earlier. And he's, wanting his title back because Jay White stole it. Wore it to the ring tonight, as him and the Bullet Club Gold with the Ass Boys, the Guns, and Rock Hard Juice Robinson. They ran out on tricycles with the cardboard cutout as well. So yeah, we'll see how this goes, how this ends. Both shows have been, about the same, I've thought. Nothing's really, stood out. I mean, they've both done what they've advertised to do, what they're going to do. And still just pettiness, with what really both of them are doing, to do this or do that, just for the hell of it, for competition. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Excitement sort of still there, but it's starting to slow down a little bit, Night's moving on, but I mean, we might as well enjoy it while it lasts, though, because we're not going to get this, every week as we once did. They, of course, changed all that, and like I said, we get this maybe about once a year now. So now we're both at full screen commercials on both of them for the first time tonight, and at the same time. So, yeah. It is 9 o'clock, so we're an hour in. We're halfway through. We'll both go till 10:10 though for both shows with AEW and NXT. So I guess we're about 5 minutes short on that. You get my point. Like, trying to think what else we still have to go. AEW really just the Edge match and the Saraya title defense. So they'll say add in. Looks like up next will be the NXT Championship match that they added in. And then Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes is going to be the main event now. And like I said, we'll see if the Dead Man will rise. As then there's Cody Rhodes backstage with whoever the hell these guys are. I have no idea. One looks like actually they both look like fucking mobsters. Tag team champions have a solution. Is that Dijak walking in the background? Bada bing, bada boom. I mean, well, Big Bill, Big Cass is in AEW. Where's Enzo at? We're going to have an over-the-top battle royal, I guess. Winners face the NXT champions. Tag team champions for the titles. Yeah, and they'll face off in Halloween Havoc in a couple weeks. He says, boom, yeah, that's perfect. That's fine. Like, get the fuck out of here. I don't really give a shit, but, like, I love it.
Crazy concepts about that during this match. I think we set it in motion for next week, and guess what? Let's call it the bada bing, bada boom, battle royal.
Bada bing, bada boom, battle royal next week on NXT. Winners to face the tag team champs at Halloween Havoc. Baron Corbin getting interviewed. Haven't seen him recently. Has he been down to NXT? Yeah, what the hell does that mean?
What's he hiding? Is he trying to pad his record, rack up those wins, and make himself seem more important than he is? Look, I know it's going to be about a thing or two.
Baron Corbin says he knows a thing or two about a thing or two. Don't we all? Yeah, NXT's coming off a No Mercy pay-per-view a couple of weeks back, too. Everybody in NXT is all the same, he says. And he walks off. Yeah, dummy, let me talk to you. Yeah, it's LA Knight on NXT. He's going to be the special guest referee for this next match. It's for the NXT Championship, I might add. Dragunov defending against Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And we'll see what everybody's saying after this match, other than LA Knight. Yeah. He's a special guest ref, but is Dragunov going to retain? Dominic Mysterio going to win the NXT title? Be the NXT champion and the NXT North American champion? Probably not. Yeah. So it looks like Edge is going to be in the main event of Dynamite, and Cena's going to be in the main event of NXT. Who would have thought that happened in 2023? Of course, Edge wrestling, Cena just going to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner against Braun Breaker with Paul Heyman in his corner. In the meantime, here comes Dominic Mysterio for the Judgment Day with his mommy, Rhea Ripley, by his side. Just for the NXT Championship, not title versus title. So Dom, whether he wins or loses, is still going to be NXT North American Champion. Hangman and Switchblade continue. Adam Page, Jay White, one-on-one here on Dynamite. So about an hour in, like I said, got about another hour to go. See what happens from here on out. NXT for sure has taken more commercial breaks than AEW has. AEW's taken one. It was maybe for a couple minutes, 45 minutes, and 15 minutes after they said they were going to, go to break with 30-minute commercial free, whereas NXT went commercial free for 29 minutes, not even the full 30, and went to break. And they've gone to break a couple more times since. And they'll probably go to break a couple more times. This match, in the meantime, going to go to a split-screen commercial break. Hangman Page and Jay White, they get another commercial break in their match. They're giving it time. So we'll see who comes over the top, and we'll see if we'll probably get MJF afterwards, I have to think. We'll probably get, in addition to the Adam Cole, Roderick Strong video package, we were seeing earlier. Remember, he said he had one more thing for him to do, and then they faded to black. And then we still have a women's championship match, and then also Edge, Adam Copeland, making his AEW debut in the ring this evening in tonight's main event against Luchasaurus. We'll see if Christian Cage gets involved, if he tells Edge to go fuck himself again or what. Of course, he's TNT champion, and he'll be defending that title now against Bryan Danielson on Collision Saturday night after Bryan beat Swerve Strickland to begin the night. But NXT Championship on the line. LA Knight going to be your special guest ref. It'll be Dragunov and Dom Mysterio. Ring the bell. Here we go. We'll see how long this lasts. He's just going to fucking stand in the corner and let them do their thing. There's a power slam. There's a headlock. But yeah, we roll on. So I'll leave it at that. Dom Mysterio saying, hold back. Wait a minute. But LA Knight telling him, hey, you got to get in the ring. And they're going to work off the ropes. Here's a hip toss. No cover. Now one. Kick out. Dom driving him into the corner. And the right hand. Back from break on Dynamite as well. This Adam Page, Jay White match continues. There's a headbutt. Jesus Christ, off the top rope. LA Knight being distracted by Rhea Ripley, as Dragunov was getting beat up by Dom in the meantime. Ref never saw it. They're going to get a break, so that match will continue. Hangman might have hurt his knee. And now he's going to expose the right knee brace for whatever reason. And from the corner to a kick, but yeah, they're really selling Hangman's right knee now. Jay White with a power slam. 1, 2, kick out. And he says guns up. Headlock. Chop to the chest. A right hand. Another right hand. And Hangman gonna go for a buckshot. Jay White coming, reversing the knee over the rope.
Imagine an eczema treatment you can apply wherever you need it, like here and here. That's Opzelura.
And now they fight up top. They zoom in on the camera shot in the corner. And Hangman pulls him down face first. And then down goes Jay White ringside. And here comes a moonsault, it looks like, from Hangman off the top rope ringside to Jay White. Yep. Roll him into the ring. Another buckshot incoming. As we're back to it on NXT as well. Dom Mysterio challenging for the NXT Championship against Dragunov. He's going for 3 Amigos with LA Knight as a special guest ref. There's a clothesline. Jay White with a suplex. Cover 1, 2, kick out. Got a headlock. And a lot of yeah chants from the crowd. Another clothesline. They're both down and out now. $619, no, but a clothesline, yes. Got a pile driver, but then here comes Bullet Club Gold with a distraction. Hazmat suit counts 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. And more Bullet Club Gold with a distraction. Jay White, nothing yet. While Prince Nana with a distraction to Hangman, but then that's going to roll up with Jay White, 1, 2, 3, and Jay White wins. Jay White beats Hangman Adam Page after a couple distractions from Bullet Club Gold and then Prince Nana. So they're going to continue Hangman and Swerve Strickland. Hangman cost Swerve his match. Swerve just cost Hangman his match. As Bullet Club Gold picks up the win. They continue to steal MJF's World Heavyweight Championship and tote that around. But Hangman's furious because he lost. Well, he screwed over Swerve, so I guess he deserves to get screwed over too. As he's going to chase down Prince Nana now. He's not dancing, he's running. And then Bullet Club Gold will celebrate, so yeah, they're going to cut a promo here too. They're waiting to give him the mic, so out comes MJF in the meantime. Yep, as thought. So they'll continue this for another month until we have the match every week. Going to be back and forth in the ring after something happens. And MJF's furious. He wants his World Heavyweight Championship back. Of course, he is still one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champs with Adam Cole, who's injured right now, but cut my music, he says, as the devil has arrived. He's pissed. He calls Jay White a son of a bitch. You wanted the main event match. You got it. You're welcome. Now give me back my Triple B. Jay White's going to say no. Give it back, chance from the crowd. He ain't giving it back. Says, hang on a minute. Please repeat all that, because Hangman and me just went at it. We don't want to hear from MJF. We want to hear from Jay White. And it's not Jay Uso, because that's J-E-Y. But we're going to be fighting in the main event of Full Gear for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship with these two. More chance during the NXT Championship match. So we got the AEW Championship and the NXT Championship like head-to-head right now. Triple B, the Bang Bang belt. And the crowd's telling him, shut the fuck up. You don't tell Jay White and Bullet Club Gold, shut the fuck up. Maybe the ass boys. But not the Switchblade. Come on, they're in Kansas City. Where's Taylor Swift jokes at? MJF saying he's going to be the bigger man. You're the guy who doesn't give a damn about anybody else. Do what you gotta do to get what you want. Use them. Give less than the shit for everybody else in Bullet Club Gold than yourself. That includes the cardboard cutout, I guess, too. Which is himself. MJF wakes up and tries to be a better man every day, don't we all? LA Knight, the special guest ref, getting involved, taking out Judgment Day. That's going to be a 1, 2, 3. And Dragunov beats Dominic Mysterio and retains the NXT Championship as expected. His bro Chacho, Adam Cole's out right now, of course. Talking about respect a little bit ago. Me dealing with your shit ain't enough. You call it a belt. That is my livelihood. This is my legacy. You win the AEW Championship, makes you the best wrestler in the goddamn world, says MJF. MJF's been on another fucking level ever since he won the title. But way before then. Like, he's their biggest homegrown star. He says the title's his, and rightfully so it is, because he's the champion. Jay White stole it, but... he is like the face of AEW. And just not because he's champion past year. Like, he's like a one of one. Like, you don't get nowadays what MJF does. Out comes Baron Corbin to Dragunov. So it looks like there's a championship match in their future. Dijak with a drop kick. Big boot to Dragunov. In the meantime, it looks like Corbin and Dijak are teaming up. To the sports, to AEW, to these fans, MJF's the champ. Give me my Triple B, of course, which you have not yet earned. And the rest of the Bullet Club Gold just laughing their asses off, rolling around the ring. Jay White saying, hey, you just came out and asked me to give it back to you. So John Cena backstage. His devil mask jumping him, which he didn't. Somebody else, we don't know who though. Jay White tells MJF to be patient. That's when you'll have the chance to win the title. Not necessarily back, but just win the title, even though it's already MJF's. It looks like Jay White's going to be walking into full gear of the AEW WWE Championship another month from now. Or you come on down now and we have ourselves a match. Get the title back now. You don't have no friends. If you can come up with 3 guys to go up against R4, then Jay White will give, along with a defeat, MJF the title back before Full Gear. Heard through the grapevine. Next week. Dynamite Dustin Battle Royal as Rock Hard Juice Robinson had to look at his hand to read it. Rock Hard Juice Robinson saying he's going to win the Battle Royal and take MJF's ring. Little present. I already caught it wrapped. What is it? Are those coins? Yeah, it has Friedman. They're quarters. $10 worth of quarters. Jade Cargill backstage with Shawn Michaels on NXT. Of course, there's a, quarter Jew joke in there. Which that gets personal for MJF. As he says, you beat me with those quarters, I'll end your life. Looks like we're going to have a women's match coming up next. And we got 2 words for you. If you're not down with that, of course, let's not suck it. It's guns up. For the Bullet Club Gold, Jay White defeating Hangman Adam Page. And then cuts a promo up head-to-head with MJF. And he's still holding his AEW World Heavyweight Championship. That'll be November the 18th at Full Gear in the main event. Looks like Jay White's going to be walking in with the championship, even though he's not champion. Because in the meantime, unless MJF can find 3 others to team with him, 4-on-4, MJF and whoever against Bullet Club Gold, beat the Bullet Club Gold, get his title back, then he'd have the title going into the show, but we'll see if that happens. Now we're getting the Toni Storm Act 2 of her timeless black and white vignettes. The old school, 20s and 30s, Hollywood movies during a split screen video package, or a split screen commercial, excuse me. That's when they're running the video package. So, get back to the action shortly. See what's coming up next. NXT's got a women's match coming up next. AEW probably the same, I'd bet. We got Saraya and Shida in the main event with Edge. So, yeah, we'll see. But that's where we stand here about almost 9:30. So, we're going to get an overrun until 10 after for both shows. So, it's all about, split on the time there with what's left. We'll see if there's anything else added in tonight or not. I don't know, but been an all right night, all right show on both parts. Nothing, spectacular. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing that wasn't, already advertised. So, yeah, AEW and WWE with Dynamite and NXT respectively. Thanks once again for tuning in and watching. As Miss Storm is needed on set, the rage continues and rolls on. Of course, AEW with Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. WWE has Raw, NXT, and SmackDown. Of course, have pay-per-views, little on TV specials throughout the year as well. So they're both moving towards big shows in November. AEW is going to have Full Gear, but in the meantime, WWE will have Crown Jewel 2 weeks before, and then a week after Full Gear they'll have Survivor Series. And then AEW is supposed to be doing a pay-per-view a month now. We'll see if that stays true or not, or is just going to be the new thing for them or not. We'll see. WWE right now, nothing in December. They'll have the Royal Rumble in January, Elimination Chamber a month from then, a little over a month and a half after that, early April, WrestleMania 40. So the Women's World Championship is on the line next. Saraya and Shida one-on-one, 6-minute time limit, but of course it'll go half that, if that. Cody Rhodes backstage, face-to-face with Baron Corbin on NXT. Baron Corbin says Cody Rhodes owes him. Make the match. And it'll be Corbin and Dragunov probably, but then there's also Dijak in there too. You're going to turn the ship. It'll be Corbin and Dragunov for the title at Halloween Havoc if he makes the match official. Here comes Saraya, former NXT Women's Champion, current AEW Women's Champion. You got it. You're going to get your match. So Corbin's got to win a triple threat next week. If he does, he'll then face Dragunov at Halloween Havoc for the NXT Championship. Rhea Ripley with Dom Mysterio backstage with an ice pack. And then there's a bunch of random people that I have no idea who the hell they are, just standing there. Who the hell is this guy's right? Looks like he'll be getting an NXT North American Championship match at some point in time in the future. I don't know. Got a women's match though next on NXT and a women's match next on AEW. This for the AEW Women's Championship. So I have no idea who the hell these two women are on NXT, but it's a first round match in the NXT Women's Breakout Tournament. Once that ends, they're going to have a men's breakout tournament, and then they're also going to have the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic return as well. Of course, Saraya, AEW Women's World Champion right now, former NXT Women's Champion as well. Wonder how Brad Maddox and Xavier Woods are doing. It's Saraya and Shida one-on-one here for the title. And there's a knee. I'd definitely say this match is more you know, intriguing, more, you know, I mean, hell, it's for the title, for God's sakes. More worthy of paying attention to than this one is. No offense to this, but it's just, you know, it's a basic first round match in a women's breakout tournament, for God's sakes. Whereas Saraya and Shida are, you know, known competitors, and I mean, Shida's a former AEW Women's Champion. Gonna try to win back her title here. She probably won't. Saraya's gonna retain. Like, everybody's, you know, overall, long story short, probably gonna look back on this. Got worked up for nothing. You know, both shows were so-so, and, you know, that's that. They'll be really talking about, once again, the ratings and the demo tomorrow, but it's like, who cares? Just fucking watch it. And if you're not gonna watch it, don't watch it, you know? But if you're gonna watch it, of course, watch it. There's a slam. More of a press, and she just fell down, but yeah. Shida with her running knee on Saraya on the ring apron. Who the hell is that from behind? Some spray paint. No, it's Ruby Riott. She was dressed in all black, and then now she gets spray painted in the eyes from Shida, as Ruby was going to try to help out Saraya, but now here comes Toni Storm from behind, beating up on Ruby. So Toni Storm, of course, no longer with Ruby or Saraya. You know, Ruby just, you know, hanging around for what it's worth. But Toni Storm running around with no shoes on, beating up Ruby Riott after Shida spray painted her in the face, because that backfired. So, you know, Saraya gonna have to try to win this one by herself as they go to a split screen commercial. So match continues in the meantime. This women's match rolls on as well in NXT with two women I have no clue who the hell they are, but it's a breakout match in the women's tournament. So it is a, you know, worthy match. Once again, no offense with what I just said, but it's not as worthy as this match is, because it's a championship match for God's sakes. You know? Like, this breakout tournament is going to continue. We're only going to get this NXT. Meantime, she wins. Okay. This AEW Women's, you know, championship match, unless they do a rematch, you know, only once here tonight. So that's where we stand. It's a 2-4-6-8 woman breakout tournament. And we'll have a Final Four and the championship. As she dances, and now we're going to go to Chase University, wherever the hell that's at. Today's lesson is a very important one before he gets interrupted by some blonde that we're going to tell him that she's pressing charges. I don't know. Okay, ladies, take a seat. They're new students. They're going to talk about Halloween Havoc. Give a history lesson there. Take some notes, but everybody's talking, not paying attention. And yeah, Philly going to host WrestleMania. Now everybody getting updates. What the hell's going on? And he threw his phone. What the fuck's so important? You better not bring a fucking phone in my class again. We all know that one teacher is a hard ass. And then the tag team battle royal, I guess they're going to be in it. All right. Sheeta fighting back, though, against Saraya. And they give a round of applause for what it's worth. All right. We're going to have so much fun, Professor. Braun Breaker getting warmed up. There's Paul Heyman behind him. Braun Breaker, Brock Lesnar. But back to that Chase U part there at the end. I mean, what is this, on USA Network or some site on the internet? With what she said to him. But Heyman putting over Braun. Not Brock, but Braun. He's the wise man. He's going to be the advocate, though, for Rex. Or they're going to have to think of a new nickname for Heyman. He's going to be the main event of NXT against Hayes here coming up. Maybe Walker can get out there and take us to AA, or maybe have Applebee's as new special in the main event of NXT here this evening with John Cena in his corner. Suplex on the apron from Sheeta to Saraya, who, is that a new tattoo on the back of her neck? Or she had that? And Paul Heyman says call Roman Reigns to his phone. John Cena making another entrance. So he's going to be in Carmelo Hayes' corner. Time is up. Time is now. Round 2. Here we go. And it's main event time on NXT. Saraya going to put Sheeta in a sharpshooter. But then Sheeta gets out of it. There's a kick to the back of the head. Sheeta up top. And then a kick to the gut. And then a DDT right on her fucking head, too. Cover. 1, 2, kick out at 2.5. As NXT goes to break. But main event is coming up next with Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes, with Paul Heyman and John Cena in their respective corners. Let's go Sheeta chant from the crowd on Saraya. There's a can of spray paint once more from Saraya, but then she also had the kendo stick. Ref took that, but then she uses spray paint and, paints her. And now a DDT cover. 1, 2, kick out again, though. Match continues once more. That was 3. Holy Sheeta chant from the crowd because she kicked out. And Taz is getting in on it too. Holy Sheeta. Sheeta reverses it. Slams her down. Cover. 1, 2. Roll through. 1, 2. Roll through again. 1, 2, 3. Oh, shit. Sheeta just beat Saraya for the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Saraya held the title for a little over a month from All In until tonight. And Sheeta beats her. Clean. 1, 2, 3 on a roll-up. Wow, I wasn't expecting that. That's the second title change tonight. It is, I mean, Title Tuesday. Orange Cassidy won his title back. Sheeta just won her title back, too. I didn't think Saraya was going to be dropping the title that quick. Unless she's hurt. I don't know. She's a little messed up. Yeah. Like, what the fuck just happened in tears? But, I mean, they had her win it all in there over in London, but even from then until now, I mean, it hasn't even been, 2 months. Like, what the fuck? Why have Sheeta win it back tonight? Other than, I get, they're up head-to-head against NXT, maybe have her win it back, Saraya at a later date, but just fucking have her retain. Like, that's a shock. Like, Saraya lost the title? Yeah. Sheeta's your new champion, and they go to commentary. Wow. Chris Jericho at a nearby hospital, of course, with kayfabe. They're going to keep us updated with his injury, but his whole storyline with a gut injury. Yeah, a little inside wound, if you will, from an attack. AEW donated over $1 million worth of toys to Toys for Tots as well. Shivani makes that announcement. Does Taz have an announcement? No, we just go to Rampage. Gates Agony and Claudio, along with Wheeler Yuta. Sky Blue and Emi Sakura. We'll have Daniel Garcia along with 2.0 taking on the Hardys. Jay Lethal and Trent. And then on Collision Saturday, the TNT title will be on the line. Christian Cage and Bryan Danielson. They're starting Collision at 7 o'clock again this week rather than the normal 8 o'clock spot. Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal next week on Dynamite, as MJF's won every single year. We'll have more matches to be announced later on this week for next week. And then up next in the main event of Dynamite, it'll be Adam Copeland, the Rated R Superstar Edge, now in All Elite Wrestling, taking on Luchasaurus. Don Callis, no time to talk, so we go to break, but he's going to write a note out and probably show it to the crowd. And here's a vignette, Brian Pillman, old graphics. His own damn son, Brian Pillman Jr., will be in NXT. He left AEW to go to NXT. So they're going to keep the, family, history there with who he is to get him over. So they're doing the Sammy Guevara cards with Don Callis and Takeshita. Want to be about me. So Brian Pillman and his son Brian Pillman Jr. Jr. won't be Jr. no more. He's changing his name, last name to King, for the real dad who raised him. We've been there before. But Brian Pillman Jr., I believe Lexus King, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be his name. There's a vignette for him teasing a debut at some point in time soon, it looks like. So Tiffany Stratton walks up to Asuka along with a lot of these other women backstage. You know, a little meet and greet. So, all right, number one contender triple threat match next week. It'll be Dijak along with the winner of the main event coming up next, along with Braun Breaker. And then, as Cody Rhodes told Corbin, if he wins, he faces Dragunov at Halloween Havoc for the title. But really, it's the winner of the triple threat faces Dragunov for the title at Halloween Havoc. Bada bing, bada boom, tag team battle royal next week on NXT as well. Renee going to interview MJF backstage. Yeah, what's going on? Paul Heyman interrupting. MJF's going to call Adam Cole and get some advice. And he's on speakerphone. Roderick Strong's going to answer. Yeah, where the hell has Adam been? I'm still at Roddy's place. I need your help. Poker? Yep, Adam Cole just hung up on MJF when he needed his help. And then the Acclaim walked up. Blow me, hey, I'll be glad to do that. MJF gonna scissor with the Acclaimed. He needs 3 partners. There's 3 of them. They're the Trios champs. But MJF walks off. Daddy ass saying, hold on a second here. Gonna offer up the services. Yeah, why do you like MJF so much? Caster ain't gay compared to Bowens. Even though they do like scissoring each other. He's my friend. And he needs help. All right. Here comes Christian Cage. He's going to be ringside here for Edge's debut match on AEW, it looks like. But yeah, didn't MJF put a restraining order on the Acclaim? Still nowhere to be, found. Like, they're still around. Well, Christian Cage coming out of Luchasaurus. Remember, Luchasaurus won the TNT title, but never really owned it because Christian Cage stole the title, then won it from him. And then Edge comes in at Wrestle Dream. And he's gonna have his first match now tonight. Talked last week on Dynamite. Christian told him to go fuck himself. Got in it on Collision, and now we have this match tonight. So just a singles match. Christian going to be defending his TNT title, though, on Saturday at Collision against Bryan Danielson. So, meantime on NXT, I might add, main event match begins. It is Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes with Paul Heyman in Breaker's corner, Rex Steiner, and John Cena in Carmelo Hayes' corner. Christian Cage going to cut a promo in the meantime. KC, keep the noise down rather than shine the bright lights. He's going to conduct his business. Champion to be proud of rather than the Chiefs. He doesn't need any extra help to get his wins, of course, calling out the refs. What about Taylor Swift? Yep. Go fuck yourself. GFY, which Jericho had used for a little bit there too, remember. NXT goes to break.
I want to keep it real and talk about some risks. With type 2 diabetes, you have up to 4 times greater risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Even at your A1C goal, you're still at risk. Which if you ignore it, can bring you here. Maybe if you want to go. Or even worse. Too much? That's the point. Get real about your risks and do something about it. Talk to your healthcare provider about ways to lower your risk of stroke, heart attack, or death. Learn more and get real about diabetes.
Calling out the Judgment Day. I am not their leader, I am their father. What is this, fucking Star Wars? Let's get the team back together. Let's finish the career together. You suck chant from the crowd. Yeah, the same sentiment wasn't there a couple years ago. Remember, Edge won the Royal Rumble. Christian was in the Final Four with them. And then he left. He was being held back even though he was more talented. Yeah, why don't we get back together then? Christian's a good heel. He is. Times have changed. Christian's career keeps climbing to new heights while Edge's is going down the drain. Most talked about star in the business. Christian doesn't need Edge, whereas Edge needs Christian. Being a fan. Beth's a huge fan of Christian Cage. Calling out his kids now, saying if anything happens to you, they'll be well taken care of. Telling the crowd to keep it down. Shut up. Put some clean sheets on the bed because your new daddy's coming home, girls. And you think you know him. Of course, that is Beth Phoenix, Adam Copeland's wife, with the intro to his entrance song. He runs down the ring. gets in with Luchasaurus. Bell doesn't ring just yet. Nick Wayne attacks from behind, and then Luchasaurus with a clothesline. So Edge going to be in a cutoff jacket with the Rated R Superstar logo on the back. Hazmat suit. Bryce Remsburg going to be first referee. He's got a newer graphic for his logo. Yeah, that's going to be on his pants, which are red, and he's wearing green boots. So they're going to check in on Edge here and make sure he's all right to compete. It is almost 10 o'clock. So the conclusions to both of these shows with the main events will roll on for another 15 minutes or so, and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, Heyman came out, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me, my name's Paul Heyman. Gave a spiel. You know, the advocate to Brock Lesnar, the wise man to the tribal chief in the bloodline, Roman Reigns, who's the undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion, and then he introduced Braun Breaker. Heyman and Breaker's side in his corner, John Cena and Carmella Hayes' side in his corner. Bell rings on AEW, the main event match with Adam Copeland and Luchasaurus. Edge, the Rated R Superstar, wrestling his first match with All Elite Wrestling. Excuse me. There's a pile driver. Tombstone pile driver, 1-2, and a kick out. Edge has, of course, been hit with a few of those in his past from The Undertaker. We'll see if the Dead Man is going to rise tonight or not. But meantime, Christian Cage sitting at the top of the entrance with the cameraman behind him for the time being, cameraman in front of him as well. Just get the look, get the shot. But he's sitting in a steel chair, just top of the ramp, watching the match from afar. So, and Edge's new skull logo with the Rated R Superstar has an A rather than an E. Four count for Luchasaurus to break the hold. Spear from Braun Breaker on a takedown. Luchasaurus stomping down Edge. No doubt about it. This is weird seeing Edge in AEW. I mean, he was in WWE for, how long, for God's sakes? Good 25 years. But then, as Triple H said, last week, and then as Edge has said, the time was just right, they weren't necessarily going to put him out the pasture, but seemingly, they didn't have anything for him. It was time to move on, and he still wanted to wrestle. And this happened with numerous talent, when TNA, when it was at its peak. You go from, we'll say Kurt Angle to Mick Foley to a few others that were in the WWE, just use those as an example. And then, WWE wasn't going to be doing anything with them, and it's just business, It's just the way the world, though, is nowadays with the internet, and everybody has their own opinion, and, thinks they're always right. Like, you don't know what's going on behind, closed doors. You don't know what's, personal to them. And, if they want it made public, they'll, have it made public. Or if you want to, crucify somebody for doing something good for themselves, well, then shame on you. That's your fucking fault, not theirs. Like, honestly, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Because that's like, he's leaving one job to go to another because, he thought, at that point, like, it was just time to move on. Whether, the pay or the just workload is the same or different, whether it matters or not, it was time. You know, and it just doesn't happen with him. It's happened with numerous talent in the past. It's going to happen with more numerous talent in the future. I mean, hell, it's going on live right now, for God's sakes. We're seeing, you know, all this back and forth with, you know, I mean, it's life. It's a job. Like, you don't want to, you know, bounce around. You want to try to hold steady. But if you think you got to make a change, do what's best for you and your family, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Who gives a fuck what other people think? You know, there's a DDT off the middle rope, Braun Breaker cover on Carmelo Hayes, kick out at 2. They're going to take a split screen commercial here on Dynamite as well as we hit the top of the hour, 10 p.m. Eastern time. They've got a 10-minute overrun though. With both shows, we're going to go till 10 and 10 respectively. As this Adam Copeland, Luchasaurus, and Carmelo Hayes Braun Breaker match continues on both AEW and NXT respectively. So thanks once more for tuning in and watching, and we'll see how both these shows end, and we'll sign off after that. So sure, like, follow, subscribe to social media, like, subscribe below. 1, 2, and a kick out. Steel steps, Braun Breaker gonna hit Hayes with those and pull a Von Wagner, but Cena says no, throws steel steps down, and so Sikoa comes out, beating up John Cena like the club did. There's a code breaker from Carmelo Hayes to Braun Breaker ringside, rolling him into the ring. And now going up top. And then a leg drop in midair. 1, 2, 3. Carmelo Hayes beats Braun Breaker in the main event of NXT this evening. He'll now be in the triple threat next week with Dijak and Corbin. I wonder to face Dragunov and Halloween Havoc for the NXT Championship. NXT still got a few minutes here. There's a spear from Braun Breaker after the match. So we'll see how NXT is going to end here. As we'll rise. Give me a mic. There's only one badass in all WWE. Yeah, there's the gong. I don't know about that. And we're going to get the American Badass Undertaker coming out to end NXT this evening. Haven't seen him since Raw 30 back in January. On NXT, though, I mean, this is everybody's in shock, but and there is the American Badass Undertaker coming out with his bike on NXT. Crowd's in fucking shock. As he'll stop the bike in front of the announce table. It's like, give me a mic. And the American Badass Undertaker staring down the badass, so-called badass Braun Breaker, Rex Steiner, and a holy shit chant. You listen to me, old timer. There's only one badass around here. Taker grabs the mic. Remember, he didn't say anything Raw 30. It was the last time we saw him with Bray Wyatt. Rest his soul. And that was before the Royal Rumble. Of course, the American Badass moniker's back. He says Braun Breaker's a very special talent. And it's just one thing. It ain't today. And then a right hand. Down he goes. Old school. Choke slam. Tombstone. Repeat. What does the shirt say? Choke slam. Undertaker with a choke slam straight to hell on Braun Breaker. Yeah, old school choke slam, Tombstone last ride, Undertaker shirt. Is that how NXT is going to end tonight? Carmelo Hayes in the corner. Holy shit chant from the crowd. This Edge Luchasaurus match continues, I might add, for what it's worth. Taker, mic in hand still. Booker T lost his fucking shit on commentary. Undertaker chant from the crowd. So they went all out. He tells the crowd to be quiet. Young fella. Give you some advice. There's always an American badass waiting around the corner. You just met the baddest of them all, he says. And he's the American badass. Yeah, what a moment. Bigger than the ass, snakes, big fuck you. And they fade to black. And that does it for NXT at 10:08. They cut. So AEW is still live. Choke slam from Luchasaurus. Kick out by Edge. This is AEW Dynamite Title Tuesday. They're getting everybody tuning in after NXT to AEW to catch the final couple of minutes. Of course, Edge had history with Taker. I mean, WrestleMania, for God's sakes. Go back 16 years for the world title. And remember, Luchasaurus was in NXT at one point in time, too. Edge off the ropes. Spear, nope. Yeah, we got steel steps standing on their side. Ringside. Pile driver on the ring apron from Edge to Luchasaurus. there's a person in the crowd on AEW looking like one of the Steiner brothers. Wonder if he knows what 2 plus 2 is. But Edge just hit a spear off the ring apron, ringside, on top of those steel steps they had on their side. Well, he sort of jumped off of them and then speared Luchasaurus into the ground that way. Yeah, okay. Now they're both down and out. Edge going to roll him back into the ring. Get up. He's going to spear him. And then Christian with the TNT title down to the ring apron. Wanted to hit Edge with the title. Edge takes it from him. Hits Luchasaurus in the back of the head with the title. Throws it back to Christian. Takes out Nick Wayne, who the ref was distracted by. Edge in the corner. Gonna spear Luchasaurus here. As Luchasaurus thinks Christian just hit him with the title, but he didn't. He's like, turn around, but Edge is gonna spear him. Here we go. Yeah, spear and a cover. 1, 2, 3. Adam Copeland, Edge. On this day, 10-10-23, as AEW was up head-to-head with WWE NXT in the main event in his first match with the company, defeats Luchasaurus to end Dynamite. And it was from a distraction from Nick Wayne, but early Christian Cage, and backfired. And then Nick Wayne with a chop block to the back of the knee on Edge. So he's going to beat up Adam Copeland. Luchasaurus going to get up and help as well. Christian as well. Looks like potentially, yeah, get him. Does Edge have help? Is somebody going to come out to help Edge? FTR going to get a 6-man with these two. Darby and Sting. There's Bryan Danielson going after Luchasaurus. Of course, Bryan Danielson is going to be challenging Christian for the TNT title on Collision Saturday. Yeah, Christian attacking Bryan Danielson now. And now somebody else is running down. Who do we got? Claudio. All right. Will Yuta as well. Of course, FTR just lost their tag team titles, but it doesn't mean they, can't be helping. It was Title Tuesday, a couple title changes. This was just a basic singles match in Adam Copeland Edge's debut with AEW. Here comes Swerve Strickland. The TNT title's just sitting there. Of course, the Gates of Agony are out there as well. So all hell's broken loose. And somebody else is coming out, it looks like. Yeah, Hangman coming out attacking Swerve. They screwed each other over and they both lost earlier. So everybody fighting one another. Bryan Danielson has Christian in a crossface middle of the ring. He's tapping out, but there's no match going on. But then this gets us into Collision Saturday for the TNT title match with Christian and DB. And then Edge is just watching, like, hey, do it. There's the closing credits. All right, it's reserved. And they'll fade to black, and that does it for AEW. As well as they went to 10-14. So NXT cut it short. AEW with an extra overrun on top of their overrun. Both shows were good. Like I was saying, I don't really think anything stood out, among the rest over each other. Because everybody did what they said they were going to do with their advertisements. There was an Undertaker tease in the commercial with the gong, and then, NXT's badass, Braun Breaker in the main event. He loses. Out comes the American badass, Undertaker. First time we've seen him since January, so now it's like every 9 months he's going to be showing up. Don't know if there's any, kids involved in that or not, but I would sure as hell hope not. You'd have to ask Philly and Orlando for that answer, but NXT did what they did, with bringing in who they brought in to, spice up the show, if you will, up with AEW coming to Tuesday night just for this week because of a scheduling conflict with programming on TBS because of the baseball playoffs. That's why this happens maybe once a year now. It's not the war or so-called Wednesday night war in pro wrestling as it once was a few years back, let alone the Monday night war way back in the day, with Raw and Nitro, with WWF and WCW. But yeah, I thought both shows were good. Had a good time. So thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure, as always, to like, follow, and subscribe to social media, links in the description below. But even though all anybody's going to be talking about tomorrow now is the fucking ratings and the demographic, I mean, who gives a shit? Who cares? Just hopefully you watched. If you did, if you didn't, oh well, you'll get caught up on it later. It's just, that gets blown out of proportion way too much. There's other shit to be worrying about compared to the fucking ratings. Give me a fucking break. The networks care about the ratings, yes. It's about the advertisement money and everything else, but what they should be worrying about is, putting on the best show they possibly can, because then the ratings will follow. If you're putting on a good show, people are going to tune in and watch. You don't need to, go all out, if you will, all the fucking time. It's slow and steady wins the race, but if you have good creative, if you have good booking, good storylines, it's what pro wrestling is. It's storytelling, folks. If you have good, storyline aspect, with what the hell's going on, and you're telling a good story and it makes it interesting, you're going to give people a reason to watch, and then they will watch. And if you don't, well, they'll be turned and shunned away, and they won't watch that, and then you'll be wondering, well, why? Is this down or why is this up? Vice versa. There's other shit to worry about than the fucking ratings. But it's just the way the world is nowadays. It's the fucking internet. Everybody thinks that, their opinion's right, but I mean, at the end of the day, just, as long as they were, good shows, which I hope they were, we'll see. Highly doubt it's going to be happening anytime soon again. Just because, AW, be on Wednesday night next week, and then people say, well, they lost, they're going back. No, it's because they had to be on Tuesday this week because of the fucking baseball playoffs. Get your fucking story straight before you try to prove a fucking point that is already fucking wrong. That's just the thing. People always just think they're fucking right when they're not. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's just, if you know, one of those, and it just is what it is at the end of the day, so I'll leave it at that. But thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe once more on social media. Links in the description below. Be sure to also go check out Rogue Energy, HopeKThrifts, and the novel Dead and Hungry by Nathan D. Mitchell. It's once again hot off the press, out yesterday. Link also in the description below for all those, for 10% off, and the link to purchase the book for the low price of $4.99. So, hopes everybody next weekend for more coverage live right here on YouTube. College football, the NFL, and professional wrestling. But in the meantime, that'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports. Cool and Luke 96 live here on YouTube this evening for the head-to-head with AEW Dynamite and WWE NXT. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of one show, let alone each show, both shows, if you watch both or you just watch the one. as always, thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning in and watching. And I'll see everybody when I see you. Like, follow, subscribe on social media. Links in the description below.